Alright, g'day guys, this is Tier. Welcome back to the Fallout 76 PTS. There's been a few changes with some 4-star legendary mods. I just want to go through and quickly list off what those changes were, just for keeping all of you in the loop and updated. So, start off with weapons and melee weapons, see what we've got changed. Not many changes made to the weapons, but I still just want to go over them all quickly. If you did miss my original video going over all the 4-star effects, it's linked in the top right and description, check that out. I'm just going to be skimming over all of the ones that were actually changed here. So conductors, this one has seen a few changes. Right now, it has had its AP restoration effect added back into the effect. So as of right now, it makes critical hits restore 5% of your health and AP for you and all of your teammates within a 50-meter radius. So when it first came out, that restored 100% of your health and AP, very overpowered. Then it was changed to 5% of just your health. And now, it was changed to 5% of your health and AP. Then it was changed to 5% of just your health. Now it's back to health and AP. So just keeping that up there. Then we've got electricians. This one has been buffed a little bit. The cooldown has been lowered down to 8 seconds. I believe it used to be 10 seconds. So essentially now this just has a much better uptime. You can emit the stunning shockwaves more frequently, so that just helps out a little bit, makes the effect all that much better. No changes to encirclers or fracturers at the moment. Pinpointers, I believe, has been increased to 50% damage, and this only works on arms and legs, not your head and not the torso. I think it used to be 25%, now it's 50%. Not that great of an effect still, but you know, whatever. If people want to aim for arms and legs for whatever reason, then there you go, more damage. Polished, Pyromaniacs, Slayers, and the Vipers effect are all unchanged. They're still all 50%, and Polished is still 100%, up to 60%. Now onto the melee weapons. So we have Bullies. This is the exact same. Combo Breaker has been unchanged. Conductors we went over. Encirclers we went over. Fences has actually been buffed a bit. Now it gives you 12.5% melee damage just at base, and then for every additional teammate you get, if they are close to you, it specifies there nearby teammates, you get additional 12.5% damage. So up to 50% extra damage just for having teammates close by. So that's neat. Like I said, it's a nice buff. It went up in damage, and now it just requires teammates to be close by. Fracturers, Icemen still have not been changed as far as I know. Polished, we covered. Pounders, this is the same as it was before, still up to a max of 100%. Very strange that this isn't a 4-star effect, it's just a much better Furious effect, but only for melee. Sure, whatever. Pyromaniacs, Slayers, Vipers, all unchanged. So the only changes here for melee, as far as I'm aware, is the Conductors on both, and then Fences for melee. So yeah, let's move on to regular armor. So I don't believe that any of these effects were changed besides Tankies. Battle Loaders is still the same, I believe. Bruisers is still capping out at 25 on a full stack. I don't think Limit Breaking was touched. I think that was always a 50% on full stack and 10% per piece. Miasmas, I'm going to struggle saying that for the rest of my YouTube career. Miasmas, still the same. Mole Rats, still as useless as ever. I don't know why this is even an effect. It's terrible. Rangers are still the same. And Runners, still terrible as well. Tankies, however, has gone from being a better Sentinels effect with damage percent negation effect. Now it has gone to damage resistance. So each piece gives you 100 damage resistance for 10 seconds when standing still. 20-second cooldown, so still 50% uptime. And then with a full set you get 500, which is massive. So Tankies get a full set of this every time you're attacked and it procs and you go purple. I believe that's the effect that indicates Tankies is active. You get 500 more damage resistance for 10 seconds. Then 10 seconds you don't. Then 10 seconds you do, 10 seconds you don't. Pretty much, 50% cooldown. So that's a major nerf when you look at the all the percent damage and mitigation that you're losing, what we could have had, but also it's really a lot of damage resistance. So it is living up to its name. It is tanky. You're still going to be tanky. It's still going to help out a absolute fuck ton with a full set. 500 damage resistance is nothing to sneeze at. It's just not as much as what it would have been with percent-based mitigation. Obviously, that's a lot more potent, but I think that they're moving away from that because we as players are way too tanky. We've got too much percent-based mitigation going for us, so it makes sense that they're moving a few effects over to the resistance side of things. That makes sense, and I'm all for it. This effect is still amazing, and I'm still going to most likely pick that for all of my, tanky builds that need tanking, obviously. Alright, now on to Power Armor. So, Aegis was also changed. This used to give you and all of your teammates another percent-based damage mitigation. So, like I said before, exact same concept, very powerful. But now it has been changed to, as it says there, fortifies all resists for wearers and teammates within a 50-meter radius by 20. So, it doesn't say if that's per piece. I'm assuming that is per piece. That would only be the logical conclusion. So, per piece you get, as you see there on the item card on the left, you get 20 poison, 20 damage, 20 energy, 20 cryo, and 20 fire resistance for you and all of your close by teammates. That's actually very potent, very powerful. A full set of that as well. That's just 100 of every single resist. I like the fact that they've done that instead of just straight up damage mitigation percent based to everything. You get a decent amount of resist for everything. That's great. That's Aegis is a very good tank effect. This is going to be great for group play, great for raids. If you have one, traditional raids and trial setups, you typically have the tank set up with something like this that would increase and bolster the defenses of all of your teammates. So Aegis definitely would be a top effect for the tank. If it's not a selfish tank. Obviously, if it's a selfish tank and it wants to protect itself, tankies would probably be the way to go. If it wants to help itself a little bit in all scenarios because it's got all the elements, and also help its teammates, Aegis is the way to go. Battle Loaders, Bruisers unchanged like I said. Choo Choos is still unchanged, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's still the same as it was. Very powerful effect, and that's going to be a lot of fun on a niche, I would say niche Power Armor melee build, or a niche Power Armor minigun shredder build. Choo Choos will be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do a build with that. Limit breaking, still the same. That one too, that one as well. Propelling, I believe it is also still the same. Movement and sprint speed increased by 5%, 25% on full stack. Still useless. I went over why that's useless in the last video, because the speed, your movement speed is already capped out with just the speed demon mutation, so taking this is just fucking pointless. Radioactive powered, I believe this is the exact same as well, no changes there. Ranges unchanged. Reflective is also unchanged, still maximum 50% of the damage is returned on a full set. Very powerful effect. Rejuvenators, a much better mole rats effect. Greatly restores wearers and teammates' health and AP within a 50-meter radius. Why is mole rats an effect if this is a thing? It makes no sense to me. Also, I really wish Rejuvenators was on regular armor, because this could be a really great synergization effect for solar armor players. Anyway, runners unchanged. Scanners, this is unchanged for now. However, I do think this is going to see a heavy nerf in the future, because it's pretty ridiculous. A full set of that on power armor, 50% reduction in your VATS AP cost. That's crazy. And the fact that it's only on power armor and not on regular armor, it's really insane to me. Anyway, Stalwarts was another one that was changed. So now it gives you plus 50 damage and energy resistance to user and all teammates within a 50-meter radius. So this is just a different version of Aegis. If you want to min-max and specialize just on the non-elemental types of damage. So it gives you more damage and more energy resistance to you and your teammates than what the Aegis effect does. So obviously, Aegis on a full set gives you 100 of every resistance. Stalwarts on a full set gives you 250 of just 2. So it balances out. I love effects like this. Again, this is another option for a tank setup. Who knows? Maybe down the line for the go-to min-max tank setup will be a combination of Stalwarts and Aegis for helping out the team. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's the change with Stalwarts. It's moved away from whatever it was onto this. And we already covered tankies. So yeah, those are all the changes, guys, for all of the legendary effects: power armor, armor, melee, and ranged weapons. I look forward to the 4 stars coming out, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I hope you guys are too, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. That's going to do it for me. A massive shout out to all of my channel members. You're all legends, and thank you for your continued support on the channel. If you like what I do here and you'd like to support me further, then consider becoming a member or check out my merch store. We've got a lot of great designs and benefits, so be sure to check that out in the description. And while you're down there, chuck me a follow on my other social medias and join my Discord. Subscribe if you're new and like the video if you've enjoyed. I've been Tia, and I'll catch us in the next one. Welcome to Valhalla.